Hello everybody, this is Bibs7 and I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of the hardcore mode of Resident Evil 4 Remake, doing a new game run and going for the S plus ranking, which means you have to beat the game in under 5.5 hours, and that is also starting from a brand new save. So you have to click new game, and obviously you can't have any new game plus things with you. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a walkthrough of it. And I'm not going to be using any bonus weapons, so the Chicago Sweeper or the hand cannon, I won't be using those. And of course, you don't have access to the infinite launcher on new game, so that will not be available. The only thing I do have toggled on, which I highly recommend you do as well, is the armor for Ashley, which you can unlock by beating hardcore mode in under 10 hours. And that is doable on New Game Plus as well. So it's pretty easy to get that on a New Game Plus run. And I'd highly recommend you get that prior to doing any of the S Plus ranking runs, just because it makes Ashley almost a non-factor. You don't have to worry about her. She can't be taken away or damaged. But if you do leave her too far behind, you can still fail. So that is important to keep in mind. But pretty much you never have to worry about Ashley once you get the armor. It's certainly doable without that. It's just a convenience thing, and I would just highly recommend to get it beforehand, since it is something you can unlock prior. But yeah, just going through the beginning here, nothing much to say, and then we have our first encounter here, where I usually just like to stand off to the left here, and then whenever he goes for his grab lunge, I just run around him in a circle. I find that pretty consistent, and I've been able to replicate that many times in a row without issues, so I would recommend that. But you can also try and crouch past him and dodge the grab. I've never been able to do that consistently, I don't know why. But I crouch there a bit in the hallway, so I have enough time to grab that green herb before he throws a hatchet at me. He usually tends to turn around and throw a hatchet if you do run past him really quickly, and if you are stopping to get the herb, it may hit you. So yeah, just try to do a short crouch there to grab it. And then running through this first section before the big village fight, we want to grab pretty much everything along the way. So there's handgun ammo in there, and then this I think is always gunpowder. I think those two are always the same, but once you get to the main village area, the barrels and loot in there is definitely randomized, at least a little bit. So yeah, that's always handgun ammo as well in there. And then we have two enemies up here that will try to attack you. I didn't get the box on the left there. You can grab that first if you want before moving on, but just run straight by these guys, and make sure you stay to the left side of the path to avoid the bear trap. And then sprint straight into this house and grab the red herb. As long as you sprint straight past him, that guy won't hit you. Grab the flashbang, turn around, grab the handgun ammo. Just do a short loop around that building, and you can get all the stuff. And I look back here because that guy who was in the building may try to throw a hatchet at you, which you would have to dodge, so keep an eye on your back for that. There is like a sound cue for whenever people throw a hatchet. They say, I don't know Spanish, so forgive me, but I think they say something like arriba eso or something like that. So if you hear someone say that, that means there's something being thrown at you, even if you can't see them, and you want to watch out. But yeah, I've run up the side here, just assassinate that lady. You can run straight up behind her and stab her in the back, so there's no real issue there. And then grab that loot. Sometimes that'll be a grenade even, so like I said, it is random here. That was Pesetas for me, which is not useful at this point. But then I immediately just run down the alley and go into the house, and then grab the handgun ammo, first aid spray, and whatever's in these two barrels. For me, it was 2 gunpowder. Sometimes can be small materials or something like that. Run upstairs, grab the shotgun, and grab the grenade. And then I usually will blast this guy in the head with the shotgun. I had to dodge a hatchet there, which is kind of annoying thing to throw. Just so I can grab these 3 shotgun shells right away, and then kick the ladder down. You probably want to kick the ladder down first, then grab the shotgun shells, but I kind of messed up there. And then I will run out here and grab the Velvet Blue, and then just basically post up on this roof. And this is kind of going to be where you want to spend a lot of time while you're waiting for the bell to ring. So that guy actually owns me pretty bad with that hatchet, so I'm not going to lie. But try to dodge it if they have hatchet. A lot of times they struggle to get over here very quick. And then, of course, the guy with the chainsaw comes out, and I'm just waiting for him to like do a charge or indicate that he's going to come over. And then I jump off the roof. Ideally, run off to get a rolling jump, which helps a lot on getting distance, and then run straight down the middle of the village to this spot. And then I usually like to wait a little bit for people to catch up to me or get near to this point, and then I'll run up the alley to the left, around to the right, take a wide berth around that turn in case people are waiting on the other side, and then just climb this ladder again. Or I guess not again, but just climb the ladder and then turn around, and you can wait a little bit here and then knock it down. I actually got really lucky and I framed that grab with the ladder kick. Just be careful if people are up there. They might be, and you might have to dodge them, but yeah, then you just kick that ladder down, run around here, and then you're posted up on this roof again. For some reason, it seems they aren't very willing to go around the back of the house like I just did to get over here, and they'll end up taking their time and going through the house windows, which takes them a while because they have to go one at a time, and it's just a lot of wasted time where you're running down the clock for the bell to ring. As you can see, that was the guy who was right behind me previously, but he comes through the window, and then someone eventually does come around that corner. But yeah, I kind of just wait there for a bit until they come at me and then jump down. That guy tries to hit me with a hatchet on the way down. It can be really annoying. But then just basically rinse and repeat from there as possible. As you can see, they're kind of clumped around that ladder, which is why, I wait for a second here and then make a run, and I pull out my grenade here, which I was going to use if needed, but the chainsaw guy was actually there, which is not what usually happens. So I run over here. Unfortunately, I do get grabbed, but I can just break free from that. Getting grabbed is not that big a deal because usually you can break free in time. It doesn't do much damage. So I kind of had to improvise there, and I get absolutely beamed with this guy's shovel, so not ideal. I'm going to go ahead and heal up with my first aid spray. You can definitely do this without getting hit at all. I decided to throw my grenade there to get some breathing room, and then just back up on the roof in the same spot, waiting for the people to come. You can definitely do this without getting hit. It is a bit random where they end up going. Ideally, you always want the chainsaw guy to be chasing you and be behind you when you're climbing that ladder. Somehow, I don't know what happened, but he ended up being right in the way of the ladder, so I couldn't climb it. That usually doesn't happen, but as you can see, I'm just playing chicken with this guy until he starts coming at me, and then I jump off the roof. You can even do this on professional difficulty new game, although it is a bit more challenging. You might have to dodge a bit more with your movement, and also when you're up on that roof, oftentimes there'll be people on the ground trying to throw hatchets up at you, which is really annoying. But yeah, this time I saw the chainsaw guy jump down out of the house, which I knew gave me enough time to climb up here, and he actually would have chopped the ladder down if it were, possible right there with his chainsaw. So that is that's a bit scary, but at least not possible to happen, so it didn't. And then we're back here on the roof again. You saw there were some people up on the roof which I had to run past. They usually don't tend to attack you too aggressively when you're up on these rooftops. As you can see right here, this lady's just slowly walking. That just seems to be the way it goes. And here's another good reason to get the rolling thing. I kind of stagger someone with it, but unfortunately I still do get grabbed. Use the knife to get out of that one. And then someone actually nailed me with a hatchet here as well. So I guess I did get actually a little bit unlucky on this run overall. This lady's running at me pretty hard, but once she makes her grab attempt, I hesitate a little bit to get people to come around. And then here, I'm looking to make sure I can get through here. Unfortunately, the guy with the chainsaw is there, but I'm still, I know I have enough time to climb up the ladder just because of the distance between us all. Also, when knocking down that ladder, be careful because you could definitely knock it down. You could definitely jump down while the ladder's still up by accident and not knock it down, and you're pretty much screwed at that point. But yeah, I jumped off the side of the roof there because I knew the bell was about to ring, and so it does, and then we are in the clear. So yeah, I find that strategy quite consistent and would definitely recommend it for doing the village part. Of course, on New Game Plus, you can skip it by shooting the church bell, but that is, I don't believe, possible with the handgun. If it is, then definitely do that, but I have never been able to do it myself and haven't seen a video of anyone doing it. Now I'm just doing a short little lap around the village to loot some different spots. Debatable whether you want to do this or not. I find it to be worth it. Usually you get a decent amount of materials. I would definitely go back and grab this necklace here and the herb, just because the you actually, of course, do need to get treasures and money during this run. It's not just like a straight up speed run, because, or I mean, I guess it is a straight up speed run, but you're not going to be able to just get through with the default unupgraded pistol or default unupgraded items, and you need money to buy stuff. So definitely worth looting places and getting different treasures when possible. We grab the handgun ammo, and then we're going to grab this ruby that's in here, and then we're going to move on to the farm. The farm is pretty simple. You just want to go and stab in the back the two people that are out and about, grab the pearl pendant from the windmill, and then get inside the big barn and grab the wheel and go on from there. Usually like to loot this barrel here. You can save if you want, although it doesn't really matter on hardcore because you get checkpoints. And I'm pretty sure if you reload a save game, you will not have your timer reset. Your timer still goes up even if you're loading a saved game, which is a bit of something they did to make it harder to get these S+ runs, I think, because people in other games would just have a save, and then they would continually run that save until they got a good time on that segment. As you see, grab this. Make sure you shoot it when it's on the right side so it doesn't fall in the dirty water. But yeah, you're not able to like replay segments over and over on the same save file, which is pretty devious of them. Of course, shoot the lock right here. You do need to shoot the chain and not the lock itself, so save yourself some misses there. And then loot this room as fast as you can, because someone's coming in that main door, and you don't want to be here when he's fully inside. You do have enough time to loot this cabinet, I find, and I do hesitate here for a second. Sometimes you can get this lady to jump down, but it didn't happen here, and I just go ahead and block her strike with the knife, which is something you definitely want to be good at doing. Of course, this is not doable on professional, considering you have to get perfect parries, and those are very difficult. Of course, if you can get them, then it's all possible, but yeah, I grabbed all the loot and then jumped out the window, grabbed those two boxes, and insert the cogwheel here and hit the lever. Up goes the gate, and then I will jump down after grabbing these shotgun shells, and then turn around, quickly grab the yellow herb, since it's nice to have that for your health upgrade. And I usually leave this tripwire active because they are coming behind you, and that'll just smash them in the face when they walk through it. Go ahead and check your left there. You should have enough time to loot these boxes. And then I think I'll pull out my flash grenade here. It's kind of up to you if you think you have enough time or not to push the cart. Usually you do. On professional, you pretty much always don't, and I will usually throw the flashbang for them on professional. And here I even screw up, and I thought I was holding F here, and I'm not. And then I only start holding it late, but it's still enough time for me to be able to push it. They won't touch you after you've completed that hold F circle, and then you have enough time to just run away. If the cow guy does his spinning attack, you might have to dodge that with E if he comes at you quickly, so be prepared for that, but otherwise that's usually a pretty safe way to go. Stick to the right side here to avoid the little trap they've set for you. And then with this lady, I will usually just parry or block her attack to get through. On professional, again, I'm probably going to make a whole separate run-through guide for professional S+, since it is honestly a lot different, unless you're just an absolute god and can perfect parry everything, which I am not, at least not yet. But yeah, we're running through the tunnel now, and right here I usually just will run straight to the house, and you're not going to want to waste your time killing people or wasting ammo in that regard. Just run straight to the house. So go through here. You can either disable that trap or crouch under it. Loot the stuff here. Watch out for the bear trap. This guy will usually throw his hatchet at you. He didn't until really late for me there, which was weird. But usually you can just dodge his hatchet and then walk around him, walk around that bear trap. And then here there will usually be this guy at the door. I'll usually just shotgun him so I can get through, knife open the lock, and you're pretty much safe once you're inside here. Disable this trap, and then you can loot the cabinet, and then push the bookcase. And we're pretty much done with chapter 1 here. So I'm going to push the bookcase, and then open up that cabinet straight across from us. There's going to be some random loot in there. I think I get a grenade here. And then you can run up behind this guy and stab him in the neck to take him out. And then you're pretty much in the clear to go down the basement, grab whatever he drops, do this weird animation, which I don't really understand why he stomps them and how that makes it so they come off. But yeah, do that, open up the trapdoor, jump down, and you are good to go. So that is chapter 1 of Resident Evil 4 Remake Hardcore S+ run through. As we will see here in a second, that was a little over or a little under 14 minutes for chapter 1. which isn't too bad considering how much time you have to wait for the bell to ring in the village. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you guys back for chapter 2. Let me know anything you'd like to see different or anything like that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helps.